Welcome to Mzansi TV, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 South African YouTube legends we forgot about. For this list, we're looking at creators who were once some of the biggest names on South African YouTube, but who aren't nearly as active or talked about today. Some moved on to new careers, some switched platforms, and some simply faded into internet history faster than a Nokia battery after 10 years. Let's jump in. Number 10. Sibu Mpanza. Back when South African YouTube was still finding its feet, Sibu Mpanza was one of the creators helping build the local scene. His videos attracted a dedicated audience and showed that South Africans could compete online without pretending to be American. A revolutionary concept, really. These days, however, newer viewers might not even know who he is. Which is a shame, because every YouTube generation owes something to the people who helped build the platform before it was cool. Number 9. Theodora Lee. There was a time when beauty and lifestyle content was exploding on YouTube, and Theodora Lee was right in the middle of it. Her content attracted viewers looking for fashion, beauty tips, and relatable lifestyle videos. Then, as social media evolved, much of that audience migrated elsewhere. Nowadays, if you want beauty advice online, you can get it in a 12-second TikTok while simultaneously watching 3 other videos and ordering food. Progress? Number 8. Ato Leb. If you've spent any time on South African YouTube recently, you've probably come across Ato Leb. His mix of vlogs, challenges, and collaborations helped him build a loyal audience and establish himself as one of the faces of South Africa's new generation of creators. What made Ato stand out wasn't just the content itself, it was the vibe. Watching his videos often felt less like watching a YouTuber and more like accidentally joining your friend's WhatsApp group chat. And honestly, that's harder to pull off than it looks. In a world where everyone is trying to become the next Mr. Beast, sometimes just being entertaining is the real superpower. Number 7. 3 Fine Guys. Every country gets that one iconic friend group on YouTube, and for South Africa, 3 Fine Guys were definitely contenders. Made up of Matt, Abo, and Tibbs, the trio built a massive following through their chemistry, humor, and ability to make even the simplest concepts ridiculously entertaining. The best part? They somehow managed to make sitting in a room and talking to each other feel like premium entertainment. Which, if we're being honest, is basically the entire podcast industry. Although the group eventually went their separate ways and pursued different careers, the influence on South African YouTube is still hard to ignore.
Correct. Correct.
Whoa, that's 3 right.
Hey, boy pull up, he is so erect.
Whoa, what?
Number 6. Grant Hinds. Before becoming a familiar face on television, Grant Hinds was one of South Africa's most recognizable YouTubers. His comedy videos and pop culture content earned him a loyal fan base during the early years of local YouTube. As television opportunities grew, YouTube gradually became less important. It's the entertainment industry's equivalent of getting promoted. You start in YouTube, then one day somebody hands you a microphone and suddenly you're on national TV. Number 5. SuzelleDIY. Few South African internet personalities became as iconic as SuzelleDIY. The lovable DIY expert somehow convinced an entire nation that every household project could be completed using glue, optimism, and absolutely no professional qualifications. Her videos were funny, uniquely South African, and endlessly quotable. While the character hasn't completely disappeared, the days when everyone was sharing SuzelleDIY clips are mostly behind us. Fortunately, Just Now will live forever.
What are you on? Kom help.
Number 4. Dan Mace. Dan Mace didn't exactly disappear. He evolved. What started as YouTube content gradually transformed into ambitious filmmaking projects and large-scale productions. Watching Dan's career is a bit like watching your friend go from kicking a football around the backyard to signing for a professional club. You still recognize them. They're just operating on a completely different level now. Number 3. HomeboyLani. If you know, you know. HomeboyLani built a huge following through reaction videos, commentary, and a style of humor that felt distinctly South African while still appealing to a global audience. With hundreds of thousands of subscribers, he became one of the country's biggest online personalities. What made HomeboyLani work was simple: personality. Because let's face it, on YouTube you can either have groundbreaking ideas or you can be incredibly entertaining. If you have both, congratulations, you're probably already buying property in Dubai. His influence on the current generation of South African creators is difficult to overstate.
And we all know what happened in 2020. The whole world had a cough. So that actually bailed me out. It gave me the excuse as to why I wouldn't have went to a matric dance.
Number 2. Gooflol. Before short-form content completely destroyed our collective attention spans, there was Gooflol. With hundreds of thousands of subscribers and millions of views, Gooflol built a reputation through comedic content, internet culture commentary, and videos that somehow managed to feel chaotic and relatable at the same time.
But somehow Deadlock, developed by Valve, who took a break from making skins to make furries, has done what no other game has been able to do for the past 3 months: make me smile.
The thing about YouTube legends is that you never realize you're watching the good old days until years later. 1 minute you're laughing at a video, the next minute you're saying, wait, whatever happened to that guy? And suddenly you've become the internet equivalent of somebody reminiscing about cassette tapes. Which is exactly why Gooflol deserves the spot. 1. Casper Lee. Could it have been anyone else? At his peak, Casper Lee wasn't just one of South Africa's biggest YouTubers. He was one of the biggest YouTubers on earth. Millions of subscribers, celebrity collaborations, global recognition, and enough challenge videos to make future historians very confused about what humanity was doing in the 2010s.
I believe I can fly. Spread my wings and fly.
Eventually, Caspar shifted his focus toward business and investing, leaving behind the upload schedule that made him famous. But his impact remains enormous. Without pioneers like Casper Lee, the South African YouTube scene might look very different today. And that's why he takes our number 1 spot.
Cereal choices. There's just too many in my cupboard sometimes, and I just stand there for like at least a few seconds looking.
All those seconds.
Yeah.
Did we miss any South African YouTube legends who deserve a place on this list? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. We'll see you next time. Assuming your favorite creator hasn't announced they're taking a short break that somehow lasted 6 years.